to the Brooklyn Cafe Show, y'all.
Lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Very nice.
What a morning. What a way to kick off a show. What a busy morning.
I've been on the phone fighting.
I'm trying to you're always fighting.
First of all, that was Cece that was singing that deal up there. We're going to have Cece, I don't know, you're going to make it with me at 1 o'clock at this event?
On Sunday?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll be there.
1 o'clock, come out and see Cece. He's going to be with the cars. And one of the DJs has a setup. We're going to use his mic to sing. So we have to figure out how to get the songs from him to you and everything else. But boy, I'm going to tell you, he's either sounding better or I'm
That
getting...
was incredible. He says, Chris
more
Stapleton,
sensitive.
new song. You're very sensitive.
I got to tell you, maybe you guys can help me. I sent you a bill for a service you no longer have. So we get past the first 20 people. I says, okay, I'll pay the bill. But I can't pay the bill because I don't have the service. And since I don't have the service, there's no way of me to pay her. So she says, well, I don't know what to tell you. I can't take the payment.
I thought we were stopping the service, and they told you give
2
it
months
another
ago.
30. That's what I thought.
So she says, I have to go to the portal. I says, I don't have a portal. I stopped the service.
And your son's going to tell you it's in the vault.
No, I don't have to. I got to go back into the archives. So now I said to her, please cancel the service. Well, if I cancel the service, you can't pay the fee. I said,
I don't know what
really?
to tell you.
Like you connected to Abbott and Costello here? So that's been my morning.
That's
Not
been
her.
your morning.
You accomplished a lot today.
Did I?
Yeah, you got the umbrella. You got all sorts of stuff
Got
going
a
on.
lot of things now. We've got to get Karen on a working computer, and then we'll be
The
good to go.
computer works. I fixed it.
All right, so we got Karen on a working
she's just
computer.
sitting
We've
there. I
got
got
the
a working
foundation
computer.
flyer that's being finalized right now by Jamie to head out to the printer. So that is on May 2nd, Segundo de Mayo. We have a new Give Butter campaign. I've got something else I want to throw out the crew after the midday show that we've got. Here's the challenge. Do you think we can raise $500 between today and March 31st to apply for Match Madness through Give Butter, which is our donation
Match
fundraising?
Madness.
Match Madness.
Match Madness.
Match Madness.
What is that?
Match Madness is what's going on through Give Butter right now, which is the platform that we collect donations for Ant Media Futures Foundation, our 501c3 right here in the studio, to bring awareness and give opportunities to our students in media production, all of our interns here at the studio. They are choosing 3 foundations on their platform in their uniqueness on Give Butter, but you need to raise $500 before the end of March.
We have to raise $500 to qualify for this. Is like the bill I just got.
To qualify to enter. I think we can do it. $500 in the next 5 days.
Listen,
I know we can do
Three
it.
Finger Finale, you owe me some money. Why don't you send me the $500 and call it a day?
Anyway, so we're going to be working on that. I'm going to work with the crew putting that together. We've got the invitations going to get ready to go out. Karen's working on some donations and some sponsorship opportunities. But before we do our foundation, we've got Juan Gallo joining us of Heart2Heart Outreach, South Florida. I believe Juan is joining us from a meeting right now. So, sorry, Juan, we're a little delayed, but we're going to bring you right over. Talk about this Heart2Heart Grand Run Walk 5K.
Yeah, let's talk
on
to him.
Saturday.
He's got to go to his meeting.
There he is. How you doing, Juan?
Hi, everybody. How are you?
We are great. We've got Juan Gallo joining us. We just met you last week, and I feel like we're on this race towards working with Heart2Heart, which has been an incredible opportunity. So thank you for that.
You're on a race to come to the race. Yes, you are.
Give us some info on Heart2Heart.
Yeah, Heart2Heart Outreach of South Florida is a 501c3 founded in 2010. So it is our 15-year anniversary. Super excited about that. We serve seniors in the Tri-County area. Last year, we served about 34,000 seniors with 2,200 volunteers. So we're volunteer driven. And we do several things. We do iPad program where we connect with seniors via FaceTime. We do food assessments so that 500 seniors can get fed through our partner Offer Dolls Off the Grill, delivering fresh food. And then, of course, we do isolation visits. So we offer respite or relief care at no charge, kind of like home health care at no charge.
So there's no charge to the seniors when you do this?
No charge. So we raise funds. We train our volunteers. All of our volunteers have a level 2 ACA background, which is the same thing a nurse would have, providing non-medical care in the home. And we're spending time with seniors because 60% of seniors who live alone will never receive a visitor ever again in their whole entire life once they're kind of placed in a facility.
How do your services differ, say, from a home health company that they're charging either Medicare or they're billing a long-term care policy? What's the difference between Heart to Heart and some of those facilities, opportunities?
Yeah, that's a good question. Most home healthcare agencies, like you said, they bill for their services. And on top of that, they have the ability to bring in licensed nurses to offer medical care. And what we're doing is we're offering the other side of that, which is the non-medical part. So home care services like adult companionship, homemaker service, so we might be able to help the senior clean up. And then what we do is once we're inside the home, the volunteer will usually say something like, hey, this person is in a lot of need of maybe a wheelchair, or maybe they need more diapers. And then that's where we come in and we bridge either to our vendors or to other free resources.
And all of that's for free.
All that's for free, no charge. That's our job, is to try to, meet the lowest income seniors, even some seniors that are more well off. They find themselves struggling today. As 10,000 people are turning 65 each and every day in America until the year 2035. So we're seeing a huge increase in need, and we're there to help free of charge.
What do they need to qualify? Are there minimum qualifications, income level, or is it just being homebound?
Yeah, so it's all of those. We actually don't have a major qualifier. Some of our programs do require that they be 55 over and homebound, but for the most part, all of our programs are typically people who are living alone or in a center and are really lonely. And so the care center will call us and say, hey, can you come with some of your volunteers and maybe provide a fun day of dancing or karaoke, and we'll involve our high school students, our young adults, our older adults. And for the people who live alone, a lot of times they're reaching us because they have questions about, a life alert service. And so we might connect them, but in the meantime, we're visiting them and making sure they're not alone.
It's an incredible opportunity. How many people do you think are going to be at this 5K run walk on Saturday? We've got our crew all going out.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So this is our third annual 5K. And just to give you an idea, last year we had 100 runners. This year we're already at 210 runners.
Wow.
So we expect at least 300 to 400 people to be there, friends, family, kids. We also have a kids dash just for $5. Kids can do their own little version of the 5K. It'll be fun and competitive, and they'll get a little medal. And we also have a ton of giveaways that same day. And it is a timed race, which is very important. For those who are more serious and want to get their time out there, it is a timed race. But for me, I'll walk it.
Me and you both, right? Hey, I'm walking.
You're walking.
We're walking and socializing. That's it.
We're going to walk, and we're going to have a boom box, and we're going to have some cameras coming out, and we're just going to do it. We're going to strut like we did in the Bronx back in the day.
Yeah.
So a 5K could turn into 15K by the time I finish.
And you have vendors also?
What's that?
You have some vendors that are going to be there?
We have a ton of vendors. So and I'm really bad with names, but it's the really cool. Oh my gosh. No, I'm gonna mess up the name. But the cold ice little truck person. We have Humana's gonna be there. We have some gyms. My gym's gonna be there. And they're going to get on me for not running, but I don't care. So we got a couple of CrossFit gyms there. We have a ton of people that are coming out to support.
It's going to be a whole lot of fun.
We're going to have Team Amp, right?
We have Team Amp, yeah.
Well, we're going to have a lot of fun with this.
Kona Ice. There you go. Kona Ice.
Kona Ice. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I got challenged by the kids yesterday, and I said, okay, now we got to be there at 6:45.
Andrew's going to be there, I think, at 5:30.
I'm very happy for Andrew.
Our photographer's meeting Danny there at 5:30.
But what time are we going to be there?
That's right. So the race starts right at 7. That's the time the gun goes off. Right after we sing.
Okay, so we got to be at 6:45.
Yeah, there you go.
Beautiful. Danny, you're coming. Danny's coming. Look, she's like, huh?
Is there still more room for people to sign up? Can they come that day and register?
Yeah, come one, come all. Come on over. We'll get you registered. We'll get you a racing bib, and you'll get to enjoy some of the fun and some of the games that we'll have that day, just to support seniors in the community.
Actually, one of our new interns, you work with her grandma, so it's pretty cool. We were telling her about it, so that's really nice.
Really? That's so awesome.
Which is
Very
really
cool.
awesome, right? It's like we met you on Friday and we met her on Monday, and it just comes full circle to see how your services work.
A small world. I love to hear stories like that. I love that. Thank you.
How do people, not only for the walk, but if they want information for their loved one or their spouse, reach out to Heart to Heart?
Yeah, very simple. There's a couple ways. So our phone number is 954-315-2218. That's 954-315-2218. And then, of course, our website's kind of the easiest way. Heart, the number 2, Heart again. So Heart2Heart Outreach.org. And for those who are looking to volunteer, we have a very simple process. They can go right to our website and get started. They create their own login, and it'll start digitizing, taking them, walking them through that process. And then, of course, Instagram, Heart to Heart, Facebook, Heart to Heart, LinkedIn, Twitter, Heart to Heart. So, just look for Heart to Heart. You'll find us.
Well, we're going to be out there having a whole lot of Heart to Heart fun. Team AMP's going to be there. We've got, I think, 8 people so far in our team.
Yeah, we
Join
need
our
more.
team.
Oh, wow.
Coming out and have some
That's a
fun,
good idea.
Danny's
right?
coming, so that'll be 9.
And Heather,
There you
we
go.
haven't put her on, and Josh and his girlfriend.
Heather, Josh, and his girlfriend. Another 4. You and your mom? Oh, that's fine. Oh, my God. We're going to make it 20 people. 20.
You guys are putting people on the spot. Now they have no choice to come, right?
They got to do it.
That's what they did to me yesterday. They put me on the spot. Of course, going to be there.
And I think I heard you have a fundraiser coming up in May that needs a video.
Yes, so it is our 15th year anniversary.
Wow.
And so I'm releasing our 15-year campaign. And what we're doing is we're looking for gifts of any increment or variation of the number 1 and the number 5. So you can give $5, $15, $15,000, $1,500, $150. Anything with the number 1 and the 5 in it, we want those donations for our 15th year anniversary so that we can go serve more grandmothers, more grandfathers, and of course, more loved ones.
Love that.
Amazing. Juan, thank you so much for your time. I think you guys are at an event. We're going to see you on Saturday. It's going to be great.
I was close to home, so I figured, let me leave the event. I'll come. It's safer to do it from the home computer. So, but it was good seeing you guys again.
Great to see you.
Perfect. We'll
Thank
see
you so
you.
much. Heart to
See you
Heart.
Saturday.
Bye-bye.
See ya. All right. Bye-bye.
That's a whole lot of fun.
Heart, number 2, Heart Outreach. We're going to be there Saturday for the 5K run walk. You're going to walk it? I don't know what I'm going to do it, but we're going to be there. So join us on Team AMP.
They give you a bib.
You
Yes.
get a bib, you get a shirt, you
if
get a
you're
medal.
watching us, you got to come. Yeah, I don't know about all that. If you're watching us, come and join Team AMP because we're going to be walking and talking. We're going to be strutting. G-Man knows something about strutting. Where did he go?
He's over there. But it's going to be a whole lot of fun. So come on out, support the cause, raise some money and awareness. Meals on Wheels was canceled through our government, and
I
they have
didn't know
taken
that.
over the contract
Wow.
to bring food to people in need that are homebound. And there is no money requirement. There is no threshold of lack of income. It's pretty much if you are homebound and you are alone and you cannot get to the store or get food in, they will bring food to you. It is that simple to qualify.
I got to tell you, unless you've been directly affected, my father was homebound. He could not get to the stores. I had to do my own Wheel on Meals in Puerto Rico because they don't have this service there. But I know how vital it is, and people can actually get real sick and die. So this is a great cause.
And they serve the Tri-County area, so it's an incredible way to help our elderly, support our community, have some fitness, have some fun, and join our team.
Excellent.
All right, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, going to talk to Cece, see what's happened, and then we are celebrating the 1-year anniversary of Hello, Your Health is Calling, part of the Reinvented Life Network.
I heard that.
Chanel and Sue are going to be joining us at 1:15.
Beautiful.
All right, more to come. Stay, Susie. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
AMP Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
This is Smoke Barbecue. We're located in Fort Lauderdale at 3351 Northeast 32nd Street, Fort Lauderdale 33308. Our website is www.eatsmokebbq.com. It's EATSMOKEBBQ.com. You can order online. We also do catering for 10 to 10,000.
If you are looking to bring your family out to an incredible food venue, this is the place. We're at Smoke Barbecue in East Fort Lauderdale. Everything is amazing. You can see their faces on our crew, and the amount of food that they have taken down in about 15 minutes is absolutely unbelievable.
And we're still going. I can't talk, I'm eating.
And everything is coming. So here, let's eat.
Your True Oldies Listener's Guide. Listening in the Palm Beaches? That's 95.9 FM. On the Treasure Coast? You want 106.9 FM. In Boca? It's 95.3 FM. We've got Fort Lauderdale and Broward County covered with 96.9 FM. And you can always hear us anywhere at TrueOldiesFLA.com.
In a world where finding reliable and compassionate home care can be overwhelming, Sunshine Home Care Services stands as a beacon of hope. That's why we've partnered with professional nurses, physical rehabilitation centers, and medical offices to ensure their patients receive the very best in home care. At Sunshine Home Care Services, our mission is simple yet profound: to support and enhance the lives of our clients. We genuinely enhance the quality of life and offer a comprehensive suite of 26 services tailored to meet every need. We go beyond the basics with health monitoring, emotional support, pet care, and home safety checks. Sunshine Home Care Services is more than just a service. It's a partnership in care. We invite you to experience the difference a compassionate team can make. For a personal consultation, call us today at 561-821-5811.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
I love our level of professionalism at this studio.
Did she say like 5, 8, 7, 2?
5, 4 coming back to you. 3, 2, yeah, 1.
What the hell was that? I thought we were going to play the basketball piece.
I guess they're going to download the new version of it.
Oh.
Anyway.
You want to tell them about it?
Yes. Amp Media Productions Company has the opportunity to place your commercial on March Madness. So I understand the Sweet 16 is starting, on Monday? Is that what it's narrowed down to? So we have the opportunity through Comcast to place your business, your commercials, right on the games. You ready to roll?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's roll it.
So take a look.
And as the tournament expands, our commercials will get better. But you too can get your commercial amplify your business on the games that are going to be playing from the 16 to the final 2. And, you know, more eyes are based on those games than any games in the tournament because it's a Sweet 16 and onwards. St. John's got eliminated.
My grandfather went to St. John's for law school.
Was he a basketball player?
No, that's just why it's so funny. My father went to med school in Howard, and
Was he a basketball
Caucasian.
player?
No, so I'm just saying it's interesting how
Did
you can
just say he's Caucasian?
My father, yes, and Howard University is not known as a white man's university, but my dad went to medical school there.
White man can't jump in basketball, even though if you
It's
talk
funny,
to Larry
right?
Bird, he'll tell you it's different. But
It's interesting.
so anyway, talking basketball, I don't know what the hell she's talking about. But
Yeah, my
anyway,
father-
you
my
got to
grandfather
put
went
your
to St. John's,
amplifier.
I know.
Give us a call. We got some cut rates for commercials. It's unbelievable. Just check it out. And we're going to stick with Mario's. If you want to get your March Madness sandwiches, food, catering, whatever, give Mario a call on Atlantic and Military on the corner there. Because I have a feeling we're going to be doing something with Mario one way or the other.
All right, and I think we've got our friends joining us. Let us know when they're on VMix. We're going to bring them over. But in the meantime, let's say hello to Cece Clevenger, who was on spring break, apparently hanging out here with us at the studio.
Yeah, we're on. I didn't even know we had spring break until they told me I had a week off. I'm like, oh, wow, did I get fired? And they said, no, it's spring break. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I get to go back on TV for a little while.
There you go.
So,
You know what spring break means?
No, not really. It means I didn't get paid for this week.
You're supposed to get paid for the week.
Well, not being a brand new employee. You have to wait till next year. But congratulations.
Are you gonna be singing?
Congratulations to my wife, though. She just got a brand new job. She starts Monday.
Oh, congratulations.
And it's a better job for her, geared for her. So.
I thought she was teaching with you.
No, she's working. She's a chemical engineer right now, and then she just got a job with a bigger company, and she'll be doing testing water again. So.
Wow.
You know we have to test the water.
That's right. I always have to. Yeah, we sang last night. We went to the bungalow just to check it out, see how it was. It was very pretty. They reinvented the old Fish Depot. Did some karaoke. I got to sing one song in 3 hours. So we went
was that
from,
packed?
Yeah, it was. There was a 45 singer rotation there last night.
Wow.
So after I got done, we were told everybody bye, and then 10 people followed us to another place. We had a line of cars going to the Brass Tap, and then we sang karaoke there last night, and I ended up getting about 15, 20 business cards from people.
Nice.
So getting the name out there again and letting people know what I do and who I am again.
That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
And I think Spider Chair is going to be there tonight from 7 until 10. We saw him
he's going to be there tonight, yeah.
I see there a busy rotation over. I've never been to the bungalow. You've been there.
I've been there.
Nice.
I went in and went out.
Okay.
I didn't stay. G-Man and Danny have been there. No,
Yeah.
G-Man and Brianna and Lucky were there.
Oh, is that where they went? Brianna, you were at the bungalow? Yeah, we went once. Okay, very cool.
And Wednesday nights are ladies' night, and ladies drink absolutely free from 7 to 10.
That's when I put on my dress, my lipstick, and my wig.
Yeah, not based on what I saw on Monday. Let's keep you as how you were created.
And I'm going to tell you right now, anybody posts those pictures and you take life in your hands.
Yeah, I saw. I'm like, no, we're not going to post those. We're going to
It's
keep
the worst pictures. Why is it that the people take the worst pictures of me?
It's because you and I are not as photogenic as our crew is.
That's not true. They got photos of you in a fishtail.
In a mermaid tail?
Mermaid, yeah.
On the beach.
And G-Man was laying like this at your feet. It is the funniest picture.
That's Schneider.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Schneider, it was G.
It was Schneider.
Jay and I were like, we hope to look as good as you when we're your age.
Thank you. You guys are very sweet.
The mermaid tail.
The mermaid tail is forgiving of all sins because it covers everything that you don't want to see. It's a beautiful thing. Now I understand why it's good to be a mermaid, among other reasons. Because your fin goes all the way up, and then you just like sit there and you look like, oh, you're all glammed out. What can I tell you? It would not look good on you either, Freddie.
I want to be a mermaid.
You want to be a merman, maybe.
A mermaid.
But we finally have our crew back in studio today. I think we fried them literally on Monday. I don't know, at the beach. Jay was telling me she thinks we might have fried you guys out Monday. No, she's like, no, they're good to go.
What are you talking about? Jay showed up.
I felt fine on Monday completely.
You looked like you were sick Monday.
No, she looked at.
Or she,
You think I'm sickly, frail, fragile every day.
and so far, I ain't been wrong.
How are you feeling today?
How are we feeling today?
Today's show's not about me. So
Wow.
All right, so before we head over to talk to our friends from Hello, Your Health is Calling in the Reinvented Life, this Saturday we've got Heart to Heart, and then on Sunday, Brianna and our crew have put together this amazing event with Lole at Trilogy Gym, which is off of Gateway and Federal Highway. We're going to be there 10 until 2. Trilogy Gym, there is Yoga with Puppies at 10, a DJ, Booty Camp at 11, and Self-Defense at 12. There's also a car show, a bounce house for the kids, some live music, and a whole lot of fun. Vendors are going to be there. A great way to have a nice Sunday with your family. Free swag bag with your ticket purchase.
I think I'm going to go there with CC around 12. You want to go there around 12?
Yeah, we can do 12 o'clock.
When the blue laws expire, or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be there for
To have a beverage or
booty
something.
camp by 11. You're doing puppies? Puppies are at 10.
Booty puppy. No, you don't go. You don't go. You stay home.
She's not fragile.
No, just stay home. Relax.
I know.
You want to borrow a puppy? I have a demon puppy you can do yoga with.
Are they on? All right.
Are you walking on Saturday? Yeah. You ain't making Sunday.
So we got to sign. We got to sign you up, and we need to sign. I think Danny up.
I'm not being negative, just
Thank
being
you.
honest.
And then you tell me when I'm in a bad mood, the studio feels it. I'm like, but that's you every day.
I ain't being over there. Just being a realist does not make me a bad guy.
No one said you're a bad guy.
And,
We're just gonna
and
be
when you're
there.
not feeling well, if I didn't feel well and I did a 3K walk, I probably won't feel good the next day. That's just logical. Danny, are you going? Oh,
She's
Danny's
taking a
going.
test.
I didn't. Oh, is she?
She's in school at the moment.
I'm sorry to hear that.
All right. We've got Pamela Chanel David joining us all the way from California, the creator and founder of the Reinvented Life Network, and Sue Kostyk, host of Hello, Your Health is Calling. It is her 1-year anniversary this week of Hello, Your Health is Calling, integrative health coach. So let's bring the ladies over. And there they are. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, 1 year.
So proud of you, Sue.
Let's turn on Sue's audio. She's on. Sue, talk for us.
Am I on?
Yeah, there we got you. Okay, perfect.
It's probably delayed.
How does it feel to be doing this for a year already, Sue?
It's kind of unbelievable. I was saying on the show today that I think I mentioned a couple weeks ago there was like 30 shows, but it's actually like 50.
That's amazing.
I know. It's awesome. It really is. It's been such an amazing platform for me.
And what's even more amazing is you do it pretty much on your own. You have an occasional guest, but the majority of the shows, you're 30 minutes of integrative health coaching.
Yes. I was just talking to my husband about it this morning, and he always tells me I talk too much, but so he says, this is like perfect for you because you can talk for 30 minutes straight. Like, yay.
How has it changed you? How have you grown with this?
You know, I think that the biggest thing that for me is confidence. And, you know, the first couple shows I did, I was so unsure and I had so much anxiety. And does anybody want to listen? You know, do I have anything good to say? You have all those thoughts that go. And it's just been such a great thing for me because I have always been behind the scenes. And Chanel will tell you that she has been trying to pull me into center stage for almost 2 years now. And it's been so good for me to put myself out there. It actually has launched kind of a speaking career as well. I think I've had a couple of invitations to come speak. So who knows where this is going? I'm just, you know, being the eternal procrastinator, it's been great for me to do something for an entire year. It's been awesome.
I'm so proud of you, and we've learned so much about integrative health, and it's just become a whole process of listening to you, and people don't know what they don't know is what you always say, and the
Absolutely.
differences.
Yes.
Chanel, how have you
Absolutely.
been?
I've been good. I'm so excited. The notion that this has been a year, and then I was thinking this morning, 5 years ago, we actually started
Wow.
the Reinvented Life show. I mean, it's just amazing how time has gone.
When are we going to get your show back up and running?
Now, I'm ready. It is so necessary. I was saying to Sue, she has such an important message in letting people know what integrative health is and how she can really be their concierge through the entire process. And the same is true with reinvention. 10 years ago, the notion of the reinvented life was born. I wrote a book. We started the show 5 years ago already. And I feel like it's just now taking hold how important someone being fluid enough to reinvent their life is in these days and times.
Do you think it's changed? We were talking this morning on how women of our generation went back to work, unless you were a career woman the whole time, went back to work later in life after we raised our kids, because now it's more empowering. It's okay for us to say, this is what we want for ourselves. Have you seen things change as people are reinventing themselves?
Absolutely. I think it's become, rather than the doing, and I always say this, we have to remind ourselves all the time that we're human beings, not human doings. And so, what I'm finding with women is that it's more about what they're being now versus what they're doing. How are they showing up in life? What's important to them, and them feeling like they have a choice to pursue something that's of interest and what they're passionate about.
And Sue, how has it changed for you with the integrative health side of it? For men and
Yeah,
women, because you work with everybody.
I do. Anybody who has a gut is for me. But no, just to what Chanel just said too about reinventing, and it's not even the person out of college trying to figure out what they're going to do for the rest of their life. We've been so conditioned that you go to high school, you go to college, you have a career, you get married, there's like this preconditioning. And I fell into that, and I was in a career that I loved. Until I didn't, And so for 30 plus years, I was going down one completely different path than what I am now. And it is possible in your late 50s, early 60s to reinvent yourself. You find someone like Chanel who can just kind of help and come alongside you and let you know what is possible. Because if anything, I am, not just what I, teach and coach people, but personally, the transformation that I've gone through over the last 10 years, and now really more so launching into this new career, in the second act of my life. I knew empty nester and I found my passion and I'm going for it.
And things change. You've reinvented yourself 2,597
Too many
times.
times to remember. Too many times to remember.
But you started this in your 40s?
This has reinvented me. This has changed me in about 400
Has
different
it?
directions. Yeah, it has. And it's not what I set out to do. I never expected this to go in this direction. I never expected this to grow to where it's gone, or to affect as many people as are affected. Not at all. I was very happy in my quiet little room with the lights off, doing my little productions. Now, I did work from 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock doing show after show after show after show. And then along came somebody, and they said, oh, we got to get out of this room. And then everything changed, but that was her. But it has a life of its own.
Yeah.
And you got to keep your health intact. You see, I didn't take my health seriously when I was doing all of this, and it was just a grind. It was very difficult to focus and to live. For a minute on your birthday, it was tough. But we've learned. We've gotten older. We've gotten smarter. We try to work a little less harder.
Wrong.
Try to surround yourself with great minds, and then listen. Listen to your body. Listen to the advice that you get that makes you feel better, and that doesn't make you feel better, stop doing it. Everybody in here has a story. And you gotta listen to the good and try to stay away from the bad. It's the best advice I can give.
Are you seeing more people reinventing or pivoting, whatever word there is, now that you're so into it? Or do you see, what's going on and you don't see as much change?
I think more than seeing more people doing it, I think the people that are in touch with the notion that they want to change are going more in depth. In other words, they are willing, and we talked this morning about change starts with one's willingness. So there has to be a willingness to take a look at where one is, take inventory, and many people have heard me say this, taking inventory of where one is in their life and not being afraid to move into a new direction, because you can't get new results with the same material. You have to be willing to explore something that is going to feel, by and large, uncomfortable because it's not familiar. So I'm seeing the people that want to change have a greater willingness.
What are you seeing, Sue?
Yeah, I just to kind of mimic what Chanel just said, I believe that in the last few years we have seen a shift in people understanding that there are other ways to do things. It's not just about your health. And, of course, health is a big part of it, because if you don't have your health, you really don't have anything. And people are starting to understand that there are different ways about going about things. And I've seen more people, exploring. And a lot of my conversations that I have with people are just exploring. It's just figuring out what part of you is feeling like there needs to be a change, and just talking about it. It's like we talked about in the show, you don't go to a new city and walk up to the concierge in your hotel and say, tell me where to go. They're going to ask you a bunch of questions. And I think people are finally understanding that there are alternatives and there are other ways that you can go in many different areas of your life. It's not so, black and white and conventional anymore.
I am such a big proponent of holistic wellness and intuitive healing, because I've worked with you, I've worked with Daphne, and we're out for dinner Saturday night, and someone says, well, just take a pill for that. And I go, oh, you won't just do that, will you? And I'm like, no, I'm going to explore other options. And I don't know why. I know you tell me I'm a rebel, but I'm not. I don't know why I feel so passionate about not just taking that little pill that everybody else in this country is on for the same thing. Maybe that is the rebellion in me.
But you don't. Okay, but don't.
I feel like there's another way for me.
Yeah, but don't blow it out of proportion. Nobody's telling you to swallow a pill.
No, they are.
No, what they mean is you got to sort of change.
No, they told me to swallow the pill to do what it needs to do.
Well, whoever that is, let them swallow the pill. But the funny thing about this is you got to make changes as your biological clock changes. You got to make changes with it. That's all. You just got to go with the flow. And sometimes, and Dawn, I'm sorry to tell you this, sometimes you don't listen to your body.
I know. But Sue, it's funny. Someone says, can you believe the power of this little pill? And supplements are so much bigger. And I'm thinking that alone should make you realize what's compressed into this versus maybe what you need. Like, you do this tea. It's not compressed in a little tiny pill. You have to steep it, steep it, soak it in water, drink it 3 times a day. It's a little more work than popping a little tiny pill, but it works for you.
But that tea worked for me.
Right.
Now there's something else that she's coming with that combines 2 teas.
Right.
And I'm dying.
No
dying to try
Just
it.
try it. Don't die.
It's unbelievable because there is holistic medicine that works. Now everybody's clock is different.
Yes.
This might not work for you, but it
Right.
works for me. So when I took this tea to the hospital, my doctor gave it to his mother who's a diabetic. And when I walked in, he hugged me. And I'm saying to myself, do I owe this guy money? I mean, what's going on here? I didn't know. And he says, you gave me that tea. I gave it to my mom, and it's helping with her diabetes.
Yeah.
And then everybody stood up and they started applauding. I don't know these people. I just showed him what I was doing.
Yeah.
And he did it. And he's a medical doctor. So there is good in a little bit of everything. Are you taking some stuff that has helped you gradually?
It's a gradual process.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. And once Sue got me off of dairy, I don't even crave it anymore. I don't miss it. I don't need it. I find my supplements or I just avoid it altogether. But it was that leap of faith, and it was a process, Chanel, that Sue and I went through on doing this, for sure.
You know, we're so conditioned to what is normal. And, you know, I think people think that it's going to be super, super hard. And, you know, it was probably not the easiest thing to not have any dairy because you're so used to reaching for it. But that's why and to Freddie's point, everyone is bio-individual. You have to figure out what's good for you as an individual. And that's why I love what I do because
Point where I couldn't even see straight.
I gotta ask Sue. Sue, you took her off milk, but you did not remove the batteries because now that she's not on milk, she's driving me completely insane. She doesn't stop. She continues, and she'll look at me and says, "Why are you sitting?" I'm sitting because I'm so exhausted. She has you going in 17 different directions, and then at the end of the day, she crashes. She's like, "Oh, now I'm tired." I'm like, "Really?" So there's got to be another approach to this thing.
well, you know, Dawn is very special, so
to say the least.
But to answer her question, you know, we've not put enough emphasis on the stress in our lives, and this is what's happening: is we go until our adrenals start wearing out, and your adrenal glands is what produces your energy and the cortisol to keep you going. So when all of a sudden you can't go anymore, that's not something that just happened yesterday. That's been something because you've been in this fight or flight for way too long. So yes, we are under more stress than we have been in the last decade. But we also can do things to support ourselves through the stress. You're never going to not have stress, but you can support yourself through it and make sure that you're doing the things that are supporting your body. And, you know, we have a couple of supplements that, number one, soothe your adrenals because if your cortisol is too high, you need to bring your adrenals down, or to boost up your adrenals because if you don't have that energy, then we have these wonderful herbs and things that will lift up your adrenals too. So adrenal fatigue and stress, I see it probably in 90% of my clients, actually.
And I don't think it matters on the age because you can be in your 20s, you can be in elementary school and be stressed on all of the things that they're going through.
The stress that we put our kids under now, you know, it's a lot more stressful to be a kid now than it ever has been. And these kids are showing it in their response to learning. There's so much more ADD and ADHD. There's so much more anxiety-based situations in our kids because it's tough. You know, I've got 4 kids, and my oldest is 36, and my youngest is 19. And there is a huge difference in raising my daughter, who's now 19, versus how my daughter, who's now 36, is. And it's our society. Nothing's ever going to change. But if you know what's going on and if you know how to support through it, so that when they're in their 40s, they're not shot.
Sue's information is so amazing. And Chanel, we're so grateful that you brought Sue to
Oh,
us to give us the opportunity to share her knowledge and about
absolutely.
reinventing life. And look at what you've been through. I think now's your time to shine, my love.
Oh,
Absolutely.
absolutely. And, I want to add one thing to this discussion, which I think is so important, which is we have a tendency to settle. One of the things I work on with my clients is helping them to identify what are they settling for in life, whether it be the hecticness that you were describing, the higher stress levels, whatever it may be. I think the important part is how do we redefine, how do we reinvent what's important? And as an example, rest comes up a lot. We have a tendency to think of rest as a negative thing and that we're being lazy. And if we're not being productive in that moment, then we're not maximizing what we're doing. And again, going back to the we're human beings, not human doings, how are we being? And are we refilling our cups? Are we resting? And converting those thoughts about rest being very productive versus not productive at all. And that's just one example of the way that I see people settling for a lifestyle that is all about just surviving and not thriving. And the key to the reinvention and why this year, I should say, has been without exception the most arduous year of my life. I still feel so much hope, so much promise, knowing that I again go through this reinvention process, regenerate the nerves that need to be regenerated in my body so that I can start thriving again. And I think that is what people's attitude can help them so much. And I hope that not settling helps people.
Well, we're looking forward to having you back. And May 2nd, we're having our fundraiser for the Amp Media Futures Foundation. So maybe you ladies can come on down and join our fun.
That would be
Wow.
fun. That would be fun.
It would be so much fun to have you here because they're a part of every single show that you do and behind the scenes and what they're working on and now the marketing now that they're doing for you. That was all their idea to bring this forward and to elevate the marketing so people know. That's why I bug you all the time. What's your show about this week? Because on Sunday they're texting me, what's Sue's show about this week?
Which
So,
is, it's funny because not that I procrastinate the topic, but sometimes I just don't know what I should talk about. So it's good to know that I have to have my topic, by a certain time, and that just lights a fire as well. So
which is amazing. So
appreciate everything you do too.
Thank you both so much for joining us. Congratulations on 1 year. That's amazing. Chanel, 5 years, that's even more of a gift of knowing you.
Yeah. And you and Freddie are a gift to me, beyond a gift.
So
And thank you for all the production work you do on our shows.
it is our
Yeah.
absolute pleasure. All right, ladies,
Yes.
have a beautiful afternoon. We love you both.
Thank you. You
My-
as
Talk to
well.
you soon.
Very cool.
Pretty amazing, huh?
It is.
I take for granted how far I've come, but I know you don't.
Yeah, I think.
You're like, oh, could she go back to 10 years ago where she was quiet and had nothing to
There
say?
used to be a time she used to be quiet.
And I'd say, but
And
Freddie,
no
I
more.
got nothing to say.
Well, now,
Imagine now.
now she's using the whole vocabulary.
But now look how far you guys have come along. Like we have known you for the past 3 years, and just in 3 years, how this studio has grown, how the love environment in here, it's still powerful. Like you have the angels presence, you have many people that you've impacted from your
Did
heart.
you take her off of milk too?
No, but look how you've reinvented your
Yes,
life. I mean, you're
absolutely.
the biggest change.
You're the reinvented one.
I've evolved. You've reinvented yourself.
Yes, it's a big difference.
You have totally changed. Circumstances compelled you to go one way, and you fought that, and you took a path of your choosing. So
And
we're really proud of you for that.
Thank you. I'm still learning though, like, because it's not an easy story to get through, but if you really set your mind to it and you really practice what you preach, then you make it right.
Well, everybody learns. Everybody keeps learning, keep learning. You got to get harder because life is hard. It throws curveballs. You know probably this better than anybody in this room. But you try to survive and you try to grow from it and you try to learn from it. And it's an ongoing learning spectacular. It doesn't stop. Just because you're my age, it doesn't stop learning. You learn every day.
I had old behavior and old habits that had I not seen that about me and not changed, I don't know who I would be, but being 514 days sober from alcohol, not smoking cigarettes, taking care of me, putting myself first, because you have to learn that while you're healing, you're dealing, and you're feeling. So there's a lot that you have to take care of yourself before you take care of the world.
It's all about loving thyself.
Amazing. So proud of you. So proud of Sue on her 1-year anniversary, for Chanel for sticking with it. She's had a rough couple years.
Yeah,
I mean, more
hasn't
than a
been
year.
easy.
It's been a rough haul for her, but she's still pushing through.
She's still doing it, still grooving, still producing, and still doing the things that she loves to do. So it's nice to see. I haven't seen her in a little bit.
It's been a little bit. She's been going through some stuff.
I hear you.
All right, let's take a commercial break. When we come back, maybe Cece's got another song for us? Sure. What is today? Thursday. Phew,
Yep.
as we roll into the eve before Friday.
You know what today is?
Thursday.
Scribble Day.
National Scribble Day.
National Scribble Day.
That's my forte.
You like to scribble?
I do.
And then where are we tomorrow?
Here.
No.
Where?
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 We're at the Colombian
We're
Coffee
going
House.
over there.
We're going over on 20th
And they're going
Street
over
Federal,
there.
And then they're going down to Miami.
We're going to two places.
To the Coffee and Chocolate Cultural Festival. A lot of good stuff.
Two places. One, where's the coffee culture one?
That's down at Miramar Civic Center. And then Colombian Coffee House is right here in Boca on Federal Highway and 20th Street.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be
The
over there.
Fifth.
It's across the
Fifth
street from that.
But we're going to try to do something tomorrow that I have never done, which is we're going to have two productions. G-Man and team is going to go in one, we're going to go to the other, and we're going to try to talk to one another from one production to the other.
It's going to be fun. G-Man
It's
shaking his
amazing.
head yes. All right, more to come. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Amp Media Productions is proud to announce a collaboration with ABC WPBF, producing high-quality commercials for clients in Palm Beach County. This partnership will leverage Amp Media's creative expertise and video production capabilities with ABC's extensive reach and community connections to deliver top-notch advertising solutions. Contact Amp Media Productions today to amplify your impact in business on ABC WPBF.
Family business. It's me, my sister, and her soon-to-be husband. We've been here for about 5 years doing our thing in this beautiful little spot right in the heart of downtown Boca. We really are like that authentic New York, New Jersey, Northeast thing that you want to have when you're in South Florida. Our bagels are made from scratch every single day. They're top-notch, best you can get around here. And then lunch, chicken Caesar wrap, or like we have a beautiful avocado supreme salad. That's really, really great. And of course, all our sweets are incredible too. You know, something savory, salty, and a little something sweet after. And we will do our best to provide the best service, best food, best everything. And if there's anything you need, we'll do it.
Breaking news, aliens have finally made contact with.
Welcome to the Amp Media Studios here in beautiful downtown Boca Raton.
In conjunction with True Oldies Radio South Florida, Amp Media Productions is here to help amplify your impact in business and to bring greater awareness to our community. Give us a call, 866-224-5422. We'll see you soon at the cafe.
And like I always say, come on down and visit us and don't be late.
No.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
Known for his Art Deco Cubist style and compositions with dancing saturated color, Ken Bieberman has lived and breathed art his whole life. From the early 80s, he's influenced the Art Deco district of Miami Beach. Featured in numerous restoration projects, hotels, galleries, and clubs, Bieberman creates for everyday folks and celebrity clientele. He's also the proprietor of Art Repro, a giclée and scanning company in Pompano Beach. When it comes to scanning high resolution, size is not an issue. Professionally scanning art up to 10 feet and 64 inches in width, Art Repro utilizes state-of-the-art equipment. On quality canvas or paper, archival ink and printing mediums are put to use. Art Repro ensures colors are true and every nuance of the art is captured, including the canvas weave. Perfection is the priority. Contact artist Ken Bieberman today at 954-547-0095 or visit his website www.artrepro.net.
Specializing in color pencils and graphite art, J. Harmon brings art to life with styles such as Art Nouveau, Ultra Realism, Abstract Realism, and Pop Art. Whether you're looking for a piece to make your walls feel like home, some flair for your office, or giving your pet the ultimate photograph, J. Harmon has art for all. Come see some of his work in person at the Brooklyn Cafe Studio. Visit his website for prints, mugs, commission info, and more.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I used to spend my nights out in a ballroom. Liquor was the only love I known. But you rescued me from reaching for the bottom and brought me back from being too far gone. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as glass of brandy. Honey, I stay stoned on your love all the time. I've looked for love in all the same old places, y'all. Found the bottom of the bottle's always dry. But when you poured out your heart, I didn't waste it. 'Cause there's nothing like your love get me high. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as glass of brandy. stay strong on your love all the time. Play it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, baby, you're so smooth. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm, warm, warm as a glass of brandy. Honey, I stay strong on your love all the time. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. As Tennessee whiskey, as Tennessee whiskey. One more time, you're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey, as Tennessee whiskey, as Tennessee whiskey.
Wow. It's funny, everyone comes back home. Zari's here, Cece's here.
I know.
Lucky's back.
She saw her Cece and said, "Wait a minute, that's Josh's guy."
Josh's guy.
True that.
All right, so we've got La Vida Lucky coming up today at 2:30.
La vida loca, la vida loca.
We really should have called it La Vida Loca with Lucky. Not with Lucky afterwards.
It's la vida lucky. She
Loco,
made it loco.
lucky.
Loca, loco.
It is
loco,
what it
Is
is.
it loco, loca, or is it loco for a guy, loca for a girl? Is that the way it works?
Are you loco or loca?
The vida. Like vida is a feminine word, right? So loca ends in a
She's crazy. It's Lucky.
Because she's a girl, it's la vida loca. If it was me, it'd be la vida loco.
La vida is a feminine word.
De loco.
So you're never going to say la vida loco because the gender doesn't match.
What would you say about him?
But you could say you're loco.
La vida de loco. I know, but I know.
loco is the crazy life.
Didn't Ricky Martin have a song?
It's a different switch. You see, you confuse everybody.
Yeah, they've been La Vida Loca. That's right.
It ain't me.
I knew that sounded familiar somewhere. Yeah.
That's not me. All right, we're
Lucky's
gonna
coming up at 2:30. Check out La Vida que sea. Whatever it is, it is.
check out La Vida Lucky today at 2:30. Gypsy Soul today at 5:30. 6:30 is All County Junior Doctor interviewing at Salazar today. 7 o'clock is Making Money with Laura Sanders, and 7:30 is Heartfelt Connections with Brielle. So huge lineup all the way until 8 o'clock tonight. Wow.
Today's Thursday.
Yes.
Now I'm gonna tell you,
And
Alzheimer's.
Spider Cherries at the Bungalow from 7 to 10.
And
so.
what happens at 4 o'clock? You see, my friend
Yes,
here.
4 o'clock we have Lights in the Night with Russ
You
Johnson.
didn't say that.
4 o'clock we got
So
Lights
it's
in the
4
Night.
o'clock, and then everything
And then
else she
5:30,
says.
and then all the way through.
All the way
we
through.
got to get
Lights in the Night. Check it out, because you know something. We've been visited by aliens. If you look at the pyramids, see the morning show.
Russ is going to tell you. I told you.
He told me, should we talk about that tonight? I said, yeah, we should.
All right, so tune into all of the fun. You can follow us at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Like and subscribe to all of our channels, as well as Amp Media Productions to see all of the shows that we do right here in the studio, including everything that we just mentioned for Thursday night. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Stay safe. Join us tomorrow at the Colombian Coffee House in Boca Raton, or stop by and say hi to the crew at the Coffee and Chocolate Cultural Arts Center down in Miramar. A lot of good stuff.
Chocolate.
We'll see you then. Have a great day.
Don't be
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Broken Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you